Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Jasmyn Destine back with a new nail video. I know it feels like ages, but your girl just did these French Russian manicure nails and I did it all at home. It was completely DIY, literally everything I bought on Amazon. So let's get into this tutorial. Okay, so first we're going to be buffing my old polish off of my nails. This was just regular gel polish, and I made sure to use my drill bit, my e-drill, on the lowest setting because I'm just really taking off that top layer of the shine and then going in again and just making sure to get all the polish off. So if you don't have any polish on your fingers, then you can obviously skip this step, but we also are going to use the same e-drill on the same setting to take off the shine from our natural nails once we get all the polish off. So if you don't have polish and you skip this step, you're still going to want to buff your nails. So I'm kind of doing both in one step just to make it easier, but you want to make sure there's no shine on your natural nail. The reason why Russian manicures have gotten so popular over the past couple of months, I would say, or maybe the last year, is because of how long the manicures last, and it's a completely dry manicure. So you guys are going to notice that I'm not going to use anything wet, no alcohols, no acetone. Literally, it's a completely dry manicure. We're going to clean up the cuticles and clean up our nail beds, and yeah, the nails are going to look so good afterwards. So I'm going in with this really tiny piece for my e-drill. I don't know the names for each of them, so I'll just have everything linked in the description box. Literally purchased everything off of Amazon, so it'll all be linked in the description box as well as on my Amazon storefront. And if you notice, this little drill bit piece has like a tiny little ball on the tip of it, and this is really good for fitting into the cuticle area. So again, my drill is on its lowest setting because I don't want to hurt myself, especially if you're a beginner with the e-drill. I think once you get comfortable with it, it's a great machine to be using for, you know, doing your manicures at home, but it can be a little intimidating at first. So make sure you're using it on the lowest setting. You want to continuously be moving the e-drill. You don't want to hold it in one area for too long because that's how you'll end up hurting yourself. You can go too deep and you will feel it. It will feel like a little burning sensation, or it can feel raw, but this is really good. This piece specifically with the little ball for using against the skin, it kind of buffs the skin really smooth. So if you have like any dead skin along the cuticle area, this is when you would be using this little piece for your e-drill. And it's also really great for when you're doing your own pedicures, so I like to use this on my toes as well. It just really gets into all the little nooks and crannies of your cuticles and around your nail really seamlessly, and it doesn't hurt. Like, this does not hurt at all. It feels just like it's basically filing, but like not in a rough way. I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever gotten a Russian manicure, then you've seen them use this tool and this piece before. There's just also something so satisfying about using this little piece because you see all of the dead skin and the nail dust kind of just coming up. But then I go in with my cuticle cutters and I'll clip away any dead skin that kind of wasn't removed with the little e-drill, but you can already see the cuticle bed is just really smooth. Like around my nail, the skin around my nail just looks really soft now, and it's because we literally like buffed it all away with that little tool, which I love. And if you guys are wondering if it's necessary, I think it is. If you're trying to achieve Russian manicure results at home, then it is absolutely necessary. I like to go in with a regular nail file and do a little shaping. I like my nails square, so I go for a square shape. You want to hit the edges and the sides and just make sure that everything looks super clean because I want my nails to give salon style but at home. You guys know how I get down. I like when my nails look a certain way. I'm very particular. I feel like I stare at my hands a lot, so I'm very meticulous when it comes to the cleanup and the manicure of my fingers. And I've been obsessed with this Russian style manicure, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys another video because I do have one already up on my channel, and I did use some liquids in that video, and I got comments like, this is not a Russian manicure, but it was more so the look that I was going after in that video. This is the technique and the method and the look, which you guys will see at the end. I also want to point out that all of this nail prep is absolutely what helps my nails last for 4 weeks. Yes, literally, I can have a set on for an entire month, no lifting. They'll grow out as if they're my natural nails, but it's a press on, which is crazy to me. But I think it's absolutely all of the nail prep that I do. So now you see me going in with this much pointier and sharper nail bit for my e-drill. This one is basically to really get into the cuticle. I like to use this to kind of separate my cuticle from my nail, because I like to, when I apply my press-ons, which you guys will see in a bit, I like to kind of slide them and push them into my cuticle, and that's kind of what helps with the no lifting. But in order for that to happen, we have to make sure that the cuticle isn't attached to our natural nail. So I do that really quickly, dust away any excess nail dust, and then I'm going in with these X coat tips. These are from BT Art Box Nails on Amazon. They have a bunch of different styles. I've really been loving the short square French style. These nails are just so pretty. I feel like it's the perfect French shape. They're not, you know, too dramatic, and every time I do my nails with these press-ons, I get so many compliments, and people just always think that it's either an acrylic set or a gel X set or a gel overlay. Like, they don't think that it's a press-on, and it's because I make them look better than press-ons, period. I'm using a Kiss nail glue from like an old press-on set that I just had lying around to attach these nails to my nail. I truly don't think that the type of nail glue that you use matters. I feel like they're all the same. Like, I don't really see the difference in sets lasting longer, you know, if you use one brand versus the other. I think it has everything to do with your nail prep. So yeah, I'm picking out each nail that fits the sizing of my natural nail. You want to make sure that when you're picking the sizes that the nail isn't going over the sides of your nail. You want to make sure that it fits exactly to your nail. This is also going to help with no lifting over the next couple of weeks of you having these nails on your fingers, because if it doesn't fit properly, then it'll be easy for it to lift later on down the line, even if you do all of these steps. So make sure you're picking the right size for your nails, and they're not too big and they're also not too small and like squeezing your nail too. So I'm doing that, and then when I apply my layer of glue, I do one thin layer across the entire nail. I know I've seen some people do like dots, like a dot of glue in the center and then like kind of push down so that it'll spread. But I feel like if you do a thin, even layer of glue, then the entire nail is coated and it allows for the entire nail to be stuck down. And you just want to make sure that you apply a lot of pressure and hold for 30 seconds. And girl, you're not going to lose no nails, I promise you. It's the way that you're doing it. It's not what you're using, because you can use the affordable things, the cheap stuff. You just got to make sure that you're doing it right, okay? And I'm here to help you do it right. So yeah, you want to make sure you're pushing down with a lot of pressure. This is also going to make sure that you have no bubbles, no air bubbles, because air bubbles also contribute to lifting, and can also, you know, be just not good overall. But yeah, you see me applying the glue, thin layer, the whole nail is covered, and then I go in with the nail. I push down into the cuticle first, and then I press down forward, and I hold for 30 seconds. And my nails are looking so cute, and I just can't believe that these are press-ons. Like, the press-ons are eating down. Like, we're definitely in our press-on era. I've just grown tired of having to do a million steps when doing my nails. Now we're at like 500,000 steps to do my nails, which is okay. But yeah, now I'm going in with this gold little drill bit that I have. You can do this with your nail file as well, but I do feel like I get a sharper and cleaner like edge when I use the drill bit, so that's what I'm doing. But I'm just taking down the front of the press on because I want it to be like really square. Like, they're square, but they have a little bit of roundness to them, and I like my edge to be like super straight because I just feel like it looks really clean. And yeah, that's just something I love, so I always make sure to do that no matter what style of even if it wasn't a French, like let's just say it was a flat color press on, I would still do that. And it also, you're removing the little kind of bump of where the press on was attached to the rest of the set, so you want to make sure you do that too. But Whether you use your e-drill or you use a regular nail file, make sure you go and do that, girl. I'm very particular about my super square edge, but I feel like you can see the difference in the nails now that I've done that. Like, they just look a little bit sharper and a bit more square, which I love. I was like, ooh, this looks so good. Now we get to go on with the fun part. I'm going to be taking some clear builder gel. This is from IBD, also purchased on Amazon, along with the McCart brush that I'm using, and I apply a thin layer of builder gel on top of my press-ons. Now obviously this is not necessary nor required to wear press-ons, but this is what's going to give you that salon style look, and it's also going to just make it look like you have your nails done. Like, press-ons can look like press-ons, but they can also look like a real set, you know. And this just gives like that acrylic gel overlay vibe. Like, I went and I got my nails done at the nail salon. It makes them sturdier, which also helps with them lasting longer. You know, it gives them a bit more strength on your nail, especially since they're shorter. And I'm a very like heavy-handed and just kind of rough person with my nails, and I feel like I'm constantly like banging my nails and doing all of that stuff, and I'll lose a press-on in the process if I don't do this. But I notice when I do this, they last longer, the durability is much higher, and not to mention, after a while, if I weren't to do the builder gel on top, the French would start to fade. It'll chip just like any other, you know, polish on your fingers, because you're washing your hands and you're doing things, and you know, your nail polish will just chip. But when I do the builder gel on top of my press-ons, no chipping either. So the French literally just last longer. All of these things are a plus, they're a benefit, and it just makes them look better. So yeah, I'm gonna cure my fingers for 60 seconds, and then I'm gonna go in with a top coat to just seal that in, because builder gel is not top coat, they're not interchangeable. I also found that when I just do top coat and I skip the builder gel, it's not the same thing. I've used this same nail press-on set that I have, because it has like 5 trays, I believe, inside of it. I've used it now like 3-4 times, probably more, so I've definitely got my money's worth. But I noticed like one time I did just the top coat, and yeah, it just didn't last as long. For some reason, top coat on its own, it chips, which is annoying. So you kind of have to do the builder gel if you're gonna do top coat, but it just looks so good. Oh my god, my nails look so good. Like, literally, make sure you cap your edges. I don't think I showed that, but I definitely capped all of my edges before I cured my fingers. But you want to cure underneath your UV lamp, because you do need a UV LED lamp to do this, for 60 seconds. And yeah, my nails just look so good. Like, I'm literally obsessed. I've done this same nail set now. This has to be the 4th or 5th time. The nails are just looking so good. They're so grown. Like, I feel like I'm in my just grown girl era. Like, I don't know, like, I'm boring and basic now because I like a good French, but like also like you can never ever get tired of a classic. Like, she is a classic for a reason. I'm going on cuticle oil. You guys know how I get down. You got to do the cuticle oil because it just makes it look so finished and just fresh and perfect. My cuticles are so clean. That is a Russian manicure at home, okay? A French mani. The hands just look so good. I'm obsessed. Let me know down below if this was a helpful video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up down below. Click that subscribe button and join the tribe. I love my YouTube dolls, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.